Hello and welcome to Afrodess Media, your number one online inspirational TV program. This is Kofit Val Show, and today's topic is about youth and leadership. What can the youth do to participate actively in the elections and in national leadership? What can they do again to better up the position we have as leaders and what we are going to do more in leadership in this country? Welcome to Afrodess Media. Once again, make sure you subscribe to our channel, comment, and let us know what you think about youth and leadership. What can they do to bring this country to a better place, especially in leadership? Make sure you follow this conversation. Joining me is a very intelligent and young leader, and you are going to enjoy this conversation, especially those from Vihiga County. Make sure you tune in. Welcome.
Those who are in power, their integrity.
What should be done now to stop this using the youth now?
How many young people are in power? Very few.
What can the youth do to participate actively in the elections? And
nobody believes that a young person can lead.
but is it possible? Welcome to Kofit Val Show.
This is Wesley Muragai, a policy expert and a political enthusiast. I'm very much interested in matters to deal with youth involvement in politics, and I'll be an aspiring MP, Hamisi constituency.
Thank you so much, Wesley, for making time to be here today. How are you?
I'm very fine.
How are you feeling? You're done with school. What's the plan?
Well, I'm feeling great. Being in school, all the tasks on your neck. Right now, the plan is about moving around, seeing what is happening in the country. Since I'm much active in politics, I love being involved in politics. I'd love to see what's going on, what people are doing, the aspirants and everything, so that I plan for myself. I'm in the journey, I'll be in the race in 2027. So yes, I have to plan myself as early as this. Yeah.
In short, you're working together with aspirants and you want to join them soon. Why not now?
So right now, actually, I was planning to vie this year. But I had a lot of challenges. I had not planned well. I didn't have a party, so I also had no finances to pay for the registration and all that. So, and I felt that this time I give space for those who are vying to vie. But in 2027, I'll be there in the battle with them. Yeah.
All the best, and I wish you all the best, even as you'll be aspiring. I hope you're going to bring most changes, because that's what we want.
Sure.
About youth and leadership, what should be the youth be thinking about? What should they be thinking about this time around, especially now that you're headed towards the big election day?
Young people right now, I can advise them not to accept to be used, because every time we have elections, everybody's talking about young people, and the main that these young people are energetic and they can be used to do anything in the country, create chaos, disturb peace and all that. That is what I can urge young people not to. What they're supposed to do right now is to think of ideas, support those candidates that show that they have their interest at heart. They're willing to help these young people get jobs, empower them, assist them when they're doing businesses, give them finances and all that. Those are the kind of leaders these young people should be thinking of supporting, and work really tirelessly hard to ensure that they support these candidates and they win, so that what they're thinking of achieving, they achieve it and they give their best.
You've mentioned handouts, and over the years the youth have been used badly, and it's really sad due to the unemployment rates that we have, and just seeing that the youths are idle, so the politicians have been using them badly, and this culture has to end, because I think the youth can really do much, especially to support leadership, to help in coming up with policies that are nice. So what should be done now to stop this, using the youths now to give them handouts and use them to cause chaos and all that?
You see, young people have a role to play, and before being used or accepting to take the handouts so that they involve themselves in violence, these young people should ask themselves what are the kind of leaders they want. That should be the question that should be driving them to everything that they are doing. Because if they allow themselves to be used, and at the end of the day we get bad leaders, they're them that are going to suffer. So that should be the main thing that should be ringing their mind every now and then, so that they ensure that they're not following bad leaders, they're not getting involved in any bad act that might terrorize or deter our country.
But there is unemployment and the economy is saying mbaya sana. So what do we do? Do we take the money or not?
The matter of taking the money, if you give them money, take the money. There's no point of dying hungry yet somebody is offering you something. Take the money, eat the money, but think. You're the sole controller of your action. You're the one who's going to vote. You're the one who's going to involve yourself in any activity that either is good or bad. So take the money, think by yourself. But if something is not good, you have the responsibility of saying no. And if you don't involve yourself in bad acts, there's no way you're going to be taken. There's nothing that is going to happen to you. Tell those leaders that this is what we want. Yeah. Tell them that listen to us. These are our points. This is what we're supposed to do. Yes, and if they don't listen to you, well, we are many in our country. Mm-hmm. Let us come up and speak up, talk about what we need, and everything will be okay. Yeah.
And what is ailing leadership? What is the problem? We have not managed so far to get the exact leaders that we want. What's ailing? What's ailing leadership?
We have corruption. We find that there is a lot of corruption in our country. And if you can remember, some month ago, they talked of Nairobi County losing 2 billion every day. Mm-hmm. So such a challenge makes it difficult for us to realize progress in our country. So if you have a lot of corruption and nothing is being done about it, the institutions are weak. There is no enough investigation that is carried out to ensure that such a kind of vice is curbed and everything is okay. This makes us, we keep electing the same leaders. They're them who are involved in corruption, but we keep on electing them because there is no way they can be barred from vying again. So you find that it becomes difficult for us to have change in our country.
Mm-hmm. And it's the change that we really want. So what can the youth do to eliminate now the challenges that we have, or try to reduce them, and also vote in young leaders who are really up to the task to bring change to our country? And you do realize that most youth may not vote for their fellow youth. So what can they do different?
What young people should do, they should come up and ask themselves what they want. If you ask yourself what you want, you'll find answers flowing one by one. So if we realized what we want and the direction that we really need to follow, we'll come up with ideas that will enable us, think of things like, vying so that you come and represent people, bring the change that you want by yourself. Number two, if we come together and reason, all of us, we be meeting and reasoning together, we can raise our voices. And in our constitution, you're allowed to have public participation. We can be looking at what is happening in our country, speak about them, and try to raise our voices so that something can be done. Yeah, that is what we can do as per now. Yeah.
So is it true that we lack unity as young people? We are often divided, and mostly divided by the politicians, because you do realize that wengine wakiangushiwa hii side, the other party hawaangushi kitu, so unarudi kwa hii party nyingine, and that divides us as the youth.
So what makes us get divided is because of manipulation. You find leaders take the advantage of us because we're energetic, we have ideas, but they use us to get out of the course. And that really makes us lag behind. When we come to realize that what we've been doing is wrong, we find that it's too late. Yeah.
Can you vote in a young person?
Absolutely.
And what about the old? Do we also need them in our system?
Everybody is needed. There is nobody that has all the ideas. They call it a monopoly of knowledge. So we need everyone so that we come up with change. We need everyone so that we come up with progress. Everybody has a responsibility to play so that we get progress. Yeah.
And what are some of the mentorship programs? What kind of mentorship do we need as the youth so that we can compete equally with the old in especially national leadership positions, national politics, presidency,
You see, we've got a challenge. Most of us fear, standing up and, speaking up, raising our voices, getting involved in politics. Because every time when you talk to someone, you tell them that you want to vie, they tell you, you could have waited until you're 50, 60 there. Nobody believes that a young person can lead.
But is it possible?
It's possible. Number one, a possibility, it depends on you first. You can do it, you believe in yourself, that is a possibility. Number two, talk to people, share with them your ideas. If they buy into your idea, they'll be willing to support you. Number three, politics involves campaign, moving around. Move around with those who are willing to help you. It is possible. But the challenge with us, we don't want to get up. We don't want to speak up. So we're silenced by others who don't have the ideas that we have. We really need to struggle and think of what we can do and focus on what we want to achieve. If we really focus, other people will get attracted to what we're doing and they'll join us. That is what we need to do. You don't need any other thing that is outside. There is nothing away from what I've explained. Yeah.
That's a very great point, and we'll be back with Wesley for more and more about what the youth now can do now to take the lead, because we are the next generation and concentration should be put on us, because if youth can be used to cause chaos and to bring hindrances to other people, then what can be done? What can they do when they get united to the top position? Meaning they can do great, and we are very powerful. We are very powerful. See you after the break.
Those who are in power, their integrity.
What should be done now to stop this using the youth now?
How many young people are in power? Very few.
What can the youth do to participate actively in the elections? And
nobody believes that a young person can lead.
But is it possible? Welcome to Coffee with Val Show. Welcome back to Coffee with Val Show. Thank you for staying with us. We're now going to a short fun segment, and we are going to ask a few questions about Wesley so that you get to know him better and better. Just 2 or 3 questions. So Wesley, are you ready for this segment?
Yes.
What would you change in this world given 1 minute to change this world? Tough question.
To change in terms of?
Just making it a better place. Like, what do you really want to change? What would you like to see different in this world you're living in? Any aspect. Economic, political, social life, any.
Okay, I'd like to see a 24-hour economy, an active 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
So
that's all?
Maybe if you tell me to change that, maybe take away darkness so that there can be light throughout.
But there can't be light without darkness. There can't be darkness without light. Because how would you tell that this is darkness and this is light? Because of the absence of the other.
Now light in terms of empowering people, people getting much knowledge on what they should do so that the economy to keep going on and on and on. Yeah.
Wow.
That is now the light that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like most about yourself? About your life?
Well, I have that focus. Yeah. I really push and push and push. I never give up easily.
Wow.
Yeah. That's something that I always feel, oh, it's me who has done this. Yeah.
Who is your hero?
My hero? Oh, well, let me say my mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
You know, bringing a child up and every step that the child takes, you there, you know, the child always coming to you, asking questions, everything, you know, that makes me feel that this person is really great.
Amazing, amazing. One last question. What do you do during your free time?
Well, I love listening to inspirational messages.
Wow.
Barack Obama, it really inspires me.
Okay.
You know, having that, tracing his ancestral need to Africa, and aspiring to be the president of the United States, and becoming.
Yeah, actually becoming. Yeah.
So that is something that really, you know, makes me feel that these guys, he really had a dream. Yeah, and he really dreamed big and achieved big.
Wow, thank you so much. At least now we know Wesley a bit, and you are great. You are great, and you're going to be a great leader. Let's move on very fast. And how do the young people know who to vote for? How do they know who to vote for? How do you know who to vote for?
Well, you listen to someone, you listen to the ideas. You know, most of our leaders don't have anything tangible to offer to people. When you listen to them, you just hear somebody talking of, you know, manipulation or what they do, things that are not really constructive. So for you to realize the right person to vote in, look at what that person is offering, the ideas that person has, what that person believes in. That is what should make you vote for this person.
But if they're just ideas, and most of the time we vote people in because of their ideas, and then once they get the seats, we don't see them anymore, and they are not active anymore. Actually, what normally happens when people join politics, they change instantly.
Well, you should look at the people surrounding the person that is elected. Most of the time, these people around the leader are the ones who are controlling that leader. So you can watch the people around the person. What they really believe in is what that person believes in. You know, the environment around you is what shapes you to who you are. So that is what makes these people change. You know, the people around may say that they're the ones who really played a very big role in making this leader become who they are. They're forgetting that it's the responsibility of that leader to serve everyone, including those who did vote for them. So it's important to observe someone before and have some history about that person, how that person has been behaving before. You know, they say character is what you are, and you never change whether you become who. Yeah, so look at this leader, how that person has been before he's been elected, and after that person has been elected and changed, you just realize it's the environment around that person or the people that that person closely associate with, and those are the people now you should now work on changing so that that leader can change.
They say if you can't change them, you have to change them. Like if you can't change their character and all that, then you do away with them?
Find a way on
Find a way.
what you can do. Yeah, because I believe that we are who we are. Yeah. There's no point that you'll change and become a different person from what you are right now. You can either progress, you can either slide backward, but you'll remain what you are. So the environment can change what you're doing. What you feed on is what will make you change, but you'll remain the same way, the way you are. So look at this person, the history about the person, what this person is doing currently, and what this person is telling you that they're going to do. So that is what will make you make a judgment about what the person is. Yeah. Saying that they're going to do, that is what will define that person. So, and the person cannot change unless the people around that person controls him. So if you find the person is acting differently, then look at the environment the person is in. Those are the people who make the person change. So that is it.
Talking to several people, they say that the youth are normally ever manipulated and they betray their fellow youths. Another point was that they lack finances to participate actively in national leadership, and it's because another point was that the youth are lazy. They are not really active to take part in policy making. How true are these statements?
For manipulation, it's true. Lack of finances, it's true. Being lazy, that is not true. Yeah, because young people are very energetic. They're very willing to work. They're really willing. They have a lot of ideas. The challenge is they're not given platforms to express themselves. They're not involved in leadership. They're denied chances to participate. So that is why even if you look at parties, very few parties give a ticket to young people to vie in different areas. So that is why you find that they're not taking part in policy making, because they're not given the opportunity to express themselves, to showcase their ideas. But they're never lazy. They're very willing to work. Yes.
That was someone's comment somewhere on the social media platforms on how the youth are commenting about leadership. So, yeah. And also, as we proceed, let's talk about unemployment. This being a major issue, especially in our country. Especially now that you're done with school, you're still thinking very hard about employment, yet you have studied nicely and probably you're going to pass, and I know you're going to pass well. So this is also an issue, and what can we do as now those who are affected, to maybe deal with this issue, and what support do we need? Relevant support.
Well, it's the responsibility of the government to ensure that the young people are employed. Now that the government is reluctant on, putting in strategies to ensure that young people are incorporated to the cooperative world, I think the most important thing we should do is, right now it's an electioneering period, and the aspirants are coming with their manifestos, good manifestos, talking of youth unemployment and how they're going to create jobs. So let us really scrutinize those manifestos and find out the strategies that they're really putting in place and how these jobs are going to be created. I don't know what right now we don't really have anything to do, because our government is reluctant on creating jobs for us. They're just promises that are made every now and then. At the end of the day, we remain unemployed and nothing is being done. So let us look at the teams that are competing. and the relevance and the strategies that are put in place to ensure that employment is created. And a major, a very key role that a government should do to create jobs is by curbing corruption, which is really tearing down our country. If corruption is dealt with, there'll be a lot of jobs created because a lot of money will be collected. There'll be funds to pay people, young people who are employed, and everybody will be okay. Yeah.
Because I've had several people saying that the youth should create their own employment. But how do you create? How do you create employment and you have 0 shillings? And I know that you can sometimes volunteer your skills, but for how long will you volunteer? And you also have responsibilities, so it's still a challenge. Year in, year out, the leaders keep saying that we are going to create employment. But I think the surest way of creating employment is creating more, coming up with more companies, more projects to
You see, these young
involve
people,
the young people.
young people have ideas.
Yes, they have ideas.
They think of doing businesses, but look at the environment.
It's not
The
favorable.
environment does not favor a young person to conduct a business activity. You look at the procedures that are involved in registering those companies. You know, you need money.
Yes,
So that's the biggest challenge that we are having.
we have it.
Our county governments are there. They're supposed to offer loans to these young people, but how many of them get these loans?
And even
How many
grants.
county governments are there to are talking of youth coming up with ideas and being funded so that they can do businesses?
It's a challenge.
So bad leadership will yield unemployment, will yield corruption, backwardness, and
Then we go back to the same cycle of
Sure.
poverty. And you can't participate fully in even the national leadership because it's not a lie. In this country, you need money
very true.
even to win any post.
Sure. Now we should change the perception about youth involvement in leadership. We should see them as, strong people who can lead. Allow them equal chances as those old people. Let them compete with other people. Let us listen to the ideas. That will ensure change in the society. That way, if you give them equal chances, they'll get those opportunities and they will lead as well. Yeah,
Just that.
sure.
Hey, thank you so much, Wesley. Maybe any other thing you can add about this topic, something you haven't touched and you really want the world to know about it.
I'd like to tell the world that young people are capable. Young people are willing to work. Young people are willing to lead. Let us empower them. Let us give them chances. Let us listen to them. And they're going to make a difference in our country.
And the trust, the high criminal rate among the youth, we say that we cannot be trusted. It's said that we cannot be trusted with leadership because we don't have really the potential, and we have high criminal rate, high betrayal rate, that we cannot be trusted. So how do we break this?
Look at integrity. Those who are in power, their integrity is always questioned. And those are old people. How many young people are in power? Very few. So this is something that is being talked about to bar young people from getting these positions. These are just narratives that are driven by those people who don't want to involve young people in leadership. Young people can be trusted. Young people can lead. Young people, can serve in different positions. It's only that we don't give them position. We have that, and it's just created from nothing. Nobody has tried you, and they're judging you.
That's true.
That's very wrong. We should let us try them. give them those positions, let them serve. That is when you'll say this person is this way. And you don't judge a whole generation for somebody has done something wrong, and you're judging everyone because of one person. Everybody, your integrity is your integrity. It's not if you're good, everybody around you is good. If you're bad, everybody around you is bad. Let's judge an individual, but not a whole generation. Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's very true. That's what we are trying to change, especially in this program. Most youth have talents, they are great, they are super intelligent and talented, and the notion that's out there that the youth cannot get involved in leadership is not true. I've seen so many young people doing great things out there. They only need support and the trust that you give them. Give us the trust, give us the positions, the opportunity, and give us employment. That is what we ask for. Create employments for the youth so that we can reduce the crime rate, so that we can be trusted again and don't judge a whole generation, just as Wesley has said. Also, you as a young person, make sure you believe in yourself, because you can take any leadership position in this world, in this country, and let us change the narrative that the youth cannot be trusted. We can be trusted and we can do great things. Thank you so much for watching, for being with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and get involved in such conversations each and every time. This is Gospelminister.